Here's another quick post about a nutcase that's complaining that she's uncomfortable and not happy she's being ignored at work because after, wait for it, she reported a guy. Reported a guy who she asked to help run a project. Reported him because she's claiming he was trying to take credit for her work, that type of thing. And now guess what? This guy wants nothing to do with her. Yeah, poor her. Once again, proving, avoid them. Don't help them. Don't go out of your way. Do your thing and mind your own business and that type of thing. And anybody complains, hey, it's on them. Titled, Am I the a-hole for treating my coworker differently after she accused me of making her uncomfortable when I covered her at work? And a shout out to Peter for sending this story. Oh, and guys, remember, be sure to follow me on X, formerly as Twitter, SSM channels. Really trying to grow an audience over there, and we're having a lot of fun. Be sure to check it out. He says here, I, a 30-year-old male, work in an office with a small team. A few months ago, my coworker Samantha, a 28-year-old female, had an emergency and had to leave work early. She was supposed to finish a report that was due the next morning, so she asked me if I could help her cover for her. Here we go. You can see where this is going. I had some extra time, so I finished up her report and sent it under both our names to make sure she got credit. Right there, both our names. If you were helping somebody with a project, I think it's certainly understandable that you can get some credit for that assistance as well, don't you think? Well, the next day, she thanked me but seemed kind of off. A couple days later, I was called into HR. Well, it turns out Samantha filed a complaint saying that my taking over her work without explicit permission made her uncomfortable and that it felt like I was trying to undermine her. Don't we all recall she's the one that asked him to help her because she had an emergency, and this guy, being a nice guy, trying to be helpful to a coworker he thought he got along with, now is being reported to HR for this? I was completely confused because, one, she asked for help, and number two, I didn't take credit away from her. Yeah, you put your name on it too. Well, she didn't like this. She wanted you to do the work, and she gets all the credit. Perfect situation for her. Well, HR did an investigation. After a week, they cleared me. No fucking shit, you didn't do anything wrong. But the whole thing shook me. I never expected that helping a coworker would land me in trouble. Welcome to the 2020s. Welcome to reality. It is what it is. Don't help them. After that, I kept things strictly professional with Samantha. Well, it sounds like things were professional before, but just you helped somebody else, a professional courtesy, if you will. Look what you got. I still say hello and work with her when needed. I wouldn't say hello to her. I wouldn't say shit to her, dude. Smack for even doing that. But I don't chat with her casually, offer to help, or include her in group outings anymore. Who can blame you? She noticed and confronted me about it, saying I'm treating her unfairly and being cold. Bitch, you reported me to HR. I could have gotten fired. You can't tell me they aren't keeping a file on me now. You can't tell me they aren't watching me now. Because of you. I should fucking counter-report you if that's a thing. Unfaithful being cold. Yeah, asshole. She explained that she was just setting a boundary and didn't mean for HR to investigate so seriously. Get the fuck out of here. She knew exactly what she was doing, as they all do. So the second a woman complains, they're going to check it out. And I'm sure more was said. I told her, I understand, but I need to protect myself too. So I'm just being more cautious now. She said I was being dramatic and I should move on. Am I the a-hole for keeping my distance? Smack. You're going to smack for asking that question. No, dude, you're not being the a-hole. You're protecting yourself. She jeopardized your job and reputation. What if you got fired? Would you feel bad then asking you're the a-hole? No, I'd be making a fucking complaint about her. And I'd have nothing to do with her. And by the way, as all you are aware, in the workplace, gossip spreads like wildfire. So I'm sure now everybody knows that she's this type of person. And I'm sure you're not the only one giving her the cold shoulder. I wouldn't say a fucking thing. I wouldn't even look at the bitch. Really? Complains to HR about that? What is this, fucking junior high? He copied my homework. You fucking kidding me? So no, don't go out of your way to help. Don't do any of that type of stuff. And again, proving, gentlemen, why in the workplace, it's purely for work. Get your paycheck, build your career, whatever it is, and move on. And that's it. And, it's unfortunate because I do remember a time and place. But before I started working for myself, I had my first business when I was 22. Nothing major jobs, restaurants and stuff like that. Guys and gals hung out. They were friends. Shit, they were fucking like rabbits in restaurants. Any of you guys in restaurants know people were hooking up left and right. I'm sure it's still the same thing now. But it's a different world back then. And now it is not worth it. So you can't blame this guy at all. And too bad for her. Let her complain and whine. She can get in line. There's plenty of whining out there that guys won't help them. Pay attention to them. Look at them. You know. Now a few comments here. I'm not alone. One guy says, not the a-hole. She effed you after you did something in good faith. The girl is all about appearances. She didn't like your name on her work. She didn't like that they cleared you. And she doesn't like you drawing attention to all this by treating her differently. The girl will come for you from behind your back because of her fragile ego. If I were you, I would report her statements to HR as harassment. She'll report you for something, you need to get ahead of her. Yeah, she's harassing him. She's making him uncomfortable, calling him dramatic and all that. She's disrupting his ability to do his job. But guess what? When a guy complains and a gal complains, it is taken completely different. And we all know it, but he should do it anyway. And she can't be the only one. He can't be the only one she's bothering. Another one. Guy says, I strongly advise you to go to HR and discuss the conversations she had with you. She's completely setting you up and are smart if you're smart to keep it professional with her. I would go so far as to document every conversation with her. Whatever her motivation, she did the work equivalent of filing a lawsuit against you. Anyone who lies about you and tries to mess up your career is a flat-out enemy. This is very serious, not the a-hole. Yeah, she's the enemy. Don't say hello to her. And one more. Taking over her work without her express permission, huh? She explicitly asked for your help and you obliged. What she was upset about is that you put your name on the report because you contributed to it, which may have tipped off whoever assigned the project that she was not able to complete it herself, and she had to explain why. That is what she's pissed off about, that you taking credit that you rightfully deserved didn't let her emergency fly under the radar. I'm willing to bet you there was no emergency. She's probably going to a fucking Taylor Swift concert or something like that in her city. Whether or not she received permission to leave or to assign her work to someone else instead of finishing it later in the evening or the morning before it was due. I don't blame you for keeping your distance. You helped her out, and her response was to report you to HR for some kind of imagined credit stealing when you finished her work and helped her meet a deadline for the good of the team. I would not go out my way to help her ever again, and clearly it was not appreciated. No, it's not appreciated. She's an asshole. But anyhow, guys, so there you go. So remember, the workplace is for doing your job, building a career, nothing more. I can't express that anymore. And I still get stories sent in to me from my main channel, Strong Successful Male, which you should all follow if you don't, that about guys meeting gals in the workplace and dating gals in the workplace. It's not worth it anymore. Don't do it. You really, all it takes is one complaint and it's the domino effect. It's the snow rolling down the mountain to a fucking avalanche, you know? It is a whole new world out there. We hope things will get better, but I doubt it. You know, some things are getting better in some elements, but in this thing, no, it's not worth it. So anyhow, too bad on her. He's not the a-hole, but of course he's whining about it.